What is going on, YouTube? Hope you guys are doing fantastic today. Today, we've got a banger for you guys. We're going to give you guys the 10 best gods to win with in ranked. It's going to be about 2 gods in every role, but not specifically. If I think of something else that I think I want to honorable mention somebody, I'll do that also, but it's going to be about 2 in every role. We're going to give you builds guides also, and these are going to be build guides-ish based off of other top players in their role. So I got it off their Twitches, YouTube, stuff like that. Ask them kind of what they thought. So we're going to be going like that. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Starting with the solo laners, most OP class ever. Guan Yu, number 1. The buff to Breastplate of Regrowth and the buff to, or change, I guess, to Lotus Crown. I think Breastplate was an all-out buff. I think the Lotus Sickle change was a, what's the word called that they use? It's like a movement. But being able to build both now allows Guan Yu to not have to build Breastplate anymore. I think he was a pretty bad Breastplate builder before. He only built it because it was one of the only options he had. Also, Sundering Axe is very, very strong right now. You're going to be selling the Warrior's Axe and going to Sundering Axe later. If you're playing against some magical gods, you're going to want to grab a Oni's or a Heartward. Contagion's still very strong. And then Spirit's Robe, if you need a little bit of extra tankiness, always going to be good. He heals up his team. He's really good in team fighting. He clears the wave well. And with Sundering Axe, you can actually threaten a backline. Guan Yu is absolutely fantastic. The other best warrior, Cuchulainn. No surprise here. Bluestone Abuser. Bluestone is absolutely bonkers right now. There's just so much damage out of these tank items right now that Cuchulainn, even with just these damage items, and just being Bluestone having the only power, Glad Shield, Contagion, Mystical Mail, and then some survivability with Oni, Stone of Binding, Spirit's Robe. You'll just be really tanky. You'll be doing a lot of damage in the late game. You want to build this into Bluestone Brooch in the late game. Just make sure you're counter building a little bit. If they have some magical damage that you're going to be diving, like a Freya or a Freya Tia backline, something like that, where they have 2 double magical backlines, you're going to want some early magical defense. And Pesty is also very good against double magical backlines, especially when they're relying on healing. So stuff like that is going to be very good, but overall, this is what a Cuchulainn build will look like. For the junglers, no surprise. IMO, one of the easiest junglers to play in the game, Fenrir. I'm making his build a lot less deep because I think he has so many items that he uses so well. I don't know entirely after the Bluestone nerf if you're going to be building or if you're going to be building Bluestone, so I'm going to put them both up here. Check out like Weekend Stream, Adapting Stream. Just ask him kind of, hey, do you think Bluestone is still good, or see just what they're building in their stream, stuff like that. But you're going to be building one of these as a starter. Jotuns, Hydras, I see nearly every game as your 1-2. If you need some anti-heal, though, please build Brawlers second. I know it might stink a little bit, but you need anti-heal. But yeah, something like this looks really good. He's also a really good Bloodforge user because he's a really, really strong pentakill god, so he can carry games in ranked. He's also a really good ganker right now, and that's what you want out of your junglers. You want somebody that can get to another lane, can gank it, and then rotate out, and then go gank another lane, and then rotate out, and then go gank another lane. And then Fenrir also scales pretty well right now with this full damage build. And I think that's how you play him best. If you fall behind, though, feel free to build a Magi's or a Mantle. Something just to give you a little bit of survivability. Next up, Mercury. No surprise. He is dominating my rank games. I have the jungle, Golden Blade, Rage, Deathbringer. I see in nearly every build. And then you build one of the lifesteal items. You build something like a Dominance or Serrated for Pen. And then you just get to late game and you 1v5 because you're one-shotting literally everybody. Mercury's a really good perma ganker because of his ultimate, and then he scales really well into the late game, allowing him to just solo objectives kind of by himself, including Fire Giant, even if it is EFG. So if you don't have a team, Mercury is going to allow you to 1v5 and kill objectives at the same time. And they're going to be gone in the snap of a finger. And we're going to do a quick honorable mention to Ao Kuang as a jungler. He's just dominating ranked games right now. He's always going to be a really good rank god. Ever since they changed his 3 cooldown to be 7 seconds, he's been very, very strong. Next up to the mages, Agni. Agni has been in so many of my rank games recently, and it's no wonder why. His poke is unreal. He farms very well. His follow-up, his ability to pull beads. He does a lot of things very, very well. His weakness comes in not having immunity from anything, or CC immunity other than having beads. But the build right now, Sands, Book, Divine, Karen's Coin, Reaver, Soul Gem, Tahuti. Please, 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 please build Pen or the Karen's Coin or the Reaver before your last item. I hate seeing the Sands in a Book, into Divine, into Soul Gem, and then Karen's, and then Reaver. It delays your damage, and you can't kill any frontliners. Unless you know a game is going late and you're getting to 6 items, just build some Pen, build some Reaver so you can actually kill the frontliners. Next up, Tiamat. You can nearly guarantee ranked games are going to be going 25, 30 minutes. And who else would you want late game more than a Tiamat mid? Her build right now is absolutely fantastic. I set it up like this because just a quick thing with Tiamat. You're going to be building into Pendulum of Ages, same with Agni. And then you're going to be going Book. And then this is where the build will kind of switch up with These are all very good second options. Tablet, Soul Gem, Divine. Kind of have to think about it. Do you need anti-heal? You're going to have to go Divine. Do you need a little bit of survivability? Soul Gem will be very, very, very good. Will this game go super late and I don't need anti-heal? Tablet of Destiny, on Tiamat with Book of Thoth is absolutely incredible how much damage she can get out and how often she can proc it and stack it up. Give it a try in your games. If you don't need anti-heal, you feel like you're not getting dove that much, you actually get a little bit of health. So you get a little bit of survivability with this item. Obviously not much as Soul Gem because Soul Gem is going to be giving you healing. But some combo these items, as long as you have some pen and the Reaver, you'll be doing a lot of damage to literally everybody. And you'll probably 1v5 late game if it gets that late. Next up, Guardians. Big surprise, support channel, talking about Maui. I mean, I've talked about him a billion times. The nerf did very little to him. He still's got a ton of pressure. He pulls relics. He can punish just about anyone. He has very good matchups into almost everyone in the game. He's got very few weaknesses. He's got engage with him with his 2, and then he's got a lot of peel with his 2, and he's got a lot of CC. Maui, probably the best or one of the best gods in the game. And if you're good with him, you can carry games with him. The current build I've been liking with him, I'm not loving Cloak on him. It feels awkward to kind of get it stacked. But Benevolence, Thebes, Sov, Stone of Binding are my favorite 3 items right now. If they have a double magical backline though, Sov is going to be terrible here. Just go either Heartward or Pesty, something like that, just to be able to counter their backline. Next up, it was a close one between Ymir and Terra. But I think Ymir just does a little bit better because he's better early game. Terra, you kind of want to get to your level 3 and then get your Thebes and then get your Thebes stacked. And then you want to start fighting, and that's when you get really strong. Ymir, it's like you load into the game, and if you know what you're doing, you are strong. I've been liking Sentinels into Thebes, Binding, Wingblade, and then upgrading your Sentinels into Spirit's Robe. Almost always, I like how this feels. If they have a lot of physical assassins, go Sov here. You can skip out on the Binding or you can skip out on the Wingblade if you don't feel like they have a lot of slows also. But he uses these items very, very well. And if you're getting gone on, you need some survivability. Spirit's Robe is always going to be fantastic with Ymir. His walls are OP in these late game jungle team fights. He has a lot of pressure in the early game and he just dominates the game at all points. Ymir, fantastic. And for the last role, Hunters. No surprise, Ishtar, since she's been released, she has been absolutely criminally busted. She does everything well. Same thing I said about Maui. She's good in 2v2. She's good in team fights. She farms well. She fights well. She can do objectives fast. She's safe. She has her ultimate to pull beads. I could go on and on about how many things Ishtar does well. The build right now, I got this from Zatman. Deathtoll, Aussie, Exy, Dom, Kinsize, and then Silver Branch. And then you'd be selling Deathtoll for OD Bow or any other item that you'd want here. You could go added if you want a little bit more pen. A few other items you could go. But this is what I've been liking also, so Ishtar. And lastly, for the second Hunter, is going to be Soul. It was a toss-up between Soul and Freya. I just think Soul is better early game, and I think it's always good to have good early game because you don't want to be getting stomped and having your team's mentals fly out the window. Arrow into Telkines, Magus, Cyclopean Ring, Karen's Coin, Radha Tehuti. You're going to have a lot of survivability, a lot of damage. You're going to be a 1v5 machine, 40% pen, a good amount of attack speed, and diamond arrows giving you 80 basic attack damage. She dominates the laning phase, and she can do objectives. She can do objectives with these builds, and she can also kill frontliners. Soul is very, very good right now. Well, there it is. The top 10 gods to be played in ranked, 2 for every role. Let me know if there's somebody I left out. Put it in the comments below. Let me know. Call me an idiot. Say I missed something. Put it down there. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, though. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you guys again next time, and peace.